Okay, pause. The judge just dropped the big question. Why should she get deferred adjudication instead of prison time? In plain English, this is the judge saying, convince me you deserve a second chance. This is where defense attorneys earn their paycheck.
And are you Miss Amanda Christian?
Yes.
You entered a plea on September 11th of no contest. And we're here today for sentencing. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishments be assessed at a cap of 6 years. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state is silent on your application. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
I have, Judge.
Any objections to the PSI report?
None.
None from the
All right. Any witnesses from either side?
None from the defense other than whatever Ms. Bristol wants to talk to you about.
Okay. All right. Would she like to be called as a witness?
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Okay. All right. Well, the state is silent. The court will hear argument. Why should I grant deferred adjudication in this case?
Judge, if you look at her criminal history, it's very light. She had some juvenile case, but it got dismissed with deferred, and a lot of the other cases along the way when she was younger have been dismissed. She has fully accepted responsibility for what she did to Enrique. She was quite upset because she had believed that he had been threatening her children driving by the house, threatening them at one point, pointed a gun. She recognizes, and it states in the PSI, that that was an absolutely incorrect way to handle this situation. And I do, it says that she's in the pre-contemplation stages of change. I disagree with that. I think she's absolutely understanding that she, would benefit in the future for many the resources probation has to help her, like life skills, or I guess that's that cognitive course to help her better handle stressful situations. I asked her if she ever sees those people, Enrique or Rosa, in the next.
That's the defense play. Paint her as remorseful with a light record and sell probation as a win-win. But here's the twist. The judge isn't just buying words. He's weighing them against what actually happened. It's about to get messy.
She said she hasn't seen them since this happened. I also know and made sure that we were not going to have an issue with this, that she would absolutely be clean today if you've tested her. So I think just based on the history and based on her awareness of what she did was wrong and she handled the situation badly, she's a very good candidate for deferred adjudication.
All right. So I don't understand why she would attack the father of her children at the HEB and attacked the wife, and all of this is done in front of children.
And I can call her as a witness. I mean, a lot of the details are in that report, but I can call her if you want her to explain it. But there have been quite a number of incidents leading up to that day where she believed that the father was threatening the family, her family, driving by the house, pointing a gun at the children. Of course, he's probably going to say he didn't do that. But I think that's why she was, kind of kicked into not really thinking mode and protecting her children. The incident, I think, really started with Rosa, but then she didn't handle it well with Enrique.
All right. Is there anything you want to say?
I should have defended myself.
You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Amanda Cristan.
All right. And do you have questions for her, or you just want her to speak?
Well, Amanda, you heard what the judge was wanting to know. Why did this happen?
I defended my son, and I should have defended my son differently. The father of my son, when he was 4 years old, abused him. I left that alone, and then this time he pulled out a gun on my son, and not more than 6 days later, I saw him at HEB and I blew it.
Did you file a police report?
No, I did not. And that's what I should have done.
No.
Now-
Why didn't she file a police report? Thank you, counsel.
That was good because I asked her that in the hall. Why wasn't there a police report filed?
Whoa. She admits she didn't file a police report after claiming someone pointed a gun at her kids. That's a huge red flag in any criminal case. Why? Because in court, if it's not documented, it's almost like it didn't happen.
So, answer that question. You talked to me about your mother?
It was something wrong on my side. I should have called the cops and made a report. But I didn't.
She actually did give me a reason, which seems like a very, about your mother, and you didn't want to get your mother's not going to get in trouble here if you tell the judge that, you know, when you didn't make a police report, your mother had been there and you didn't want her getting in any trouble.
No, but that has nothing to do with this case.
But it was something earlier that had happened that was still part and parcel of Enrique, your problems with Enrique, right?
Mm.
Okay. Well, it's something in the PSI that I asked her about. And I thought it was trouble with Enrique.
So I want to know, why wasn't a police report filed if you're saying that your ex was threatening the children? I don't understand that.
It wasn't a constant threat. It was just that my son saw him at the park, and my son started telling him that he's a low-life father and he should feel ashamed of himself. And when they were coming home from the park, Enrique passed by my son and put out a gun on both my sons. And then that's when I saw him.
So why didn't you file a police report?
For my security. I didn't.
All right, this story sounds a little bit odd to me because she didn't see any of this. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think if her son comes up and says, Daddy just pulled a gun on me, that's going to upset any parent, you know, and then he doesn't live in that neighborhood, but then she sees him at her HEB and he doesn't live over there. And I think that just kind of set her off.
Yeah, but there's nothing. Is there something in the stipulation that says I saw him at the HEB? And I don't mean when you've had chance to contemplate and you're talking to the probation officer. I mean, is there something in the police report that says he had just threatened my son, so that's why I'm here?
I'm willing to do a lie detector and pay it out my pocket as well, ma'am. Everything I am saying is
Oh, we're past the point of lie detector. You've already entered your plea. And then your counsel will tell you lie detector tests are not admissible.
I mean, within the statement of the PSI, of course, this is her discussion. I would need to see the police report, but this is what she has maintained to me from the get-go. Her story is never altered, that, you know, she felt, first of all, she was very upset because she believed her son when he told her a few days earlier that he had pointed a gun at him. And then she saw him in an HEB that is not his HEB, and I can, you know, and her story has never wavered from that. Hey, Michael's going to pull the police report.
All right. Oh, what we will do before we continue with this hearing, can you give me a UA? All right, and you're not allowed to leave the courtroom.
That's fine. Thank you, Judge. Go ahead, Steve.
All right. So probation has informed me that the test was negative.
Yes, Judge.
What is going on? You're still under oath. What is going on with these CPS cases?
They're gonna close it. She informed me she was gonna close it before Christmas. It was just an allegation with my mother, because my mother helped me with my fourth child, Sadie, and she got very attached to her. And something happened with her disgusting husband.
Well, really quickly, though, I want to make sure the judge understands. The kids are with you, though.
Yes. Besides my oldest, my 20 years old. She's with her fiance.
Okay, so you were saying?
Yes, ma'am. So because of that, I had to remove my daughter away from my mother's home. And so.
Why was your daughter with your mother in the first place?
Because they were really attached to each other. When I had my daughter, I was staying with my mother, and they got really attached to each other. And so she was like the favoritism to my mother. I know, but so.
I'm sorry, the court reporter cannot hear you because you're trailing off.
Yes, ma'am. Just that my mother's attached to my daughter, and my daughter's attached to my mother as well. And
see, and understanding that we don't know the circumstances, so that doesn't really explain to the judge why, you know, so your daughter wanted to live with your mother?
No, no, she doesn't want to live with my mother.
Okay, so here's the thing. There are other things that are going on in your life, and you're expecting me to unpack all these suitcases.
Basically saying, your life is like a mystery suitcase. I'm trying to crack the code. This is where defendants lose judges. Too many side stories, not enough clear answers. And in sentencing, clarity is king.
You have in your life, and you got the suitcases locked, and here I am trying to figure out the combination to the suitcases. So Your daughter ends up living with your mom. Why?
She's not living with my mother, ma'am. She's living with me. When my daughter was born, I think till she was 3 or 4 years, almost 4 years old, I was living with my mother. My mother got very attached to her. And so my mother's husband disrespected me twice. And when my daughter, that's 20 years old right now, when she was 14, he tried to rape her.
No. You're going from A to Z and you're skipping the other letters in the alphabet. So you have your daughter.
Yes.
You're living with your mother when you have your daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
And are your other children living with you?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're saying your mother became attached to your daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
At that time, your daughter was 3 or 4 years old.
From birth to 3, 4 years old.
You move out of the house at some point?
Yes.
Did you leave your daughter with your mom? All right, continue.
Yes, ma'am. And so my mother's husband assaulted me twice. And then he tried to rape my daughter when she was 14. My brother had to choke him off of my daughter. And so that's why I removed my daughter 100% because my mother doesn't want to leave him till right now. She's still with him. So I told my mother while she's with her husband, I want no part of her.
So when did you remove your daughter from your mom?
About 3 years ago, ma'am.
And how old was she?
Right now she is 13. She must have been 9 going on 10 or 10 years old now.
So when you removed your daughter from your mother, were you living with your mother?
No, ma'am.
Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. I just asked you about your daughter being left with your mother and you're leaving, and you said that didn't happen. Did I imagine that?
I'm having trouble following.
Because I just asked you, did you leave your daughter with your mother? And you say no. And then now you say, oh, yeah, I left her there. And then when she was 13, 14, I removed her.
I removed her from her life. Yes, my daughter would stay nights with my mother on the weekends, if anything. But I removed her like 100%. Like me and my children are no longer speaking to my mother at all because she prefers to stay with her husband. She says in order for me to be forgiven by God, I must forgive. And I do believe that we all should forgive, but I mean, we're not, the children of God is not done. We should forgive, but we don't have to hang around with them anymore. And I don't want nothing to do in.
How old is your youngest child?
My youngest is 5.
All right, where are your children now?
At school.
And who else is in the home with you?
My husband and my children.
And he's here, Judge.
Okay. And so I'm reading the report where it says that the last contact you had with your ex-husband, the father of your children, was 10 years before this incident.
Yes, ma'am.
So again, I don't understand why this incident happened when you hadn't seen him for 10 years.
I haven't. He's never helped me with my children that I have with him. He never paid child support. Well, actually, I have a child support case open for him, but he never presents himself to the court or anything. So I don't get anything from him. And plus, he's from Mexico, so I guess it's hard for them to find him. And and then when this happened to my son, Enrique, that's when I saw him at HEB. And I blew it, and there is cameras there that saw everything. The camera would also show that he parked right in front of me, and I think he did that on purpose, and because he knows I have a Honda, a black van Honda. And I believe he saw me, and the cameras would clearly show that he parked right in front of me before the incident happened. Minutes before the incident happened.
Any questions?
No, I mean, I'm kind of sticking with what I said earlier. I mean, I think that.
Well, just 1 second. So you have no questions. Do you have questions?
Oh,
because you're allowed to question with regards to.
I guess just as a matter of clarification, you said that you hadn't seen your ex in 10 years.
Yes.
How did you know then that you drove a black Honda?
Because he was always see my kids, and I guess he knew I lived there by my children.
Okay. So, had you seen him in 10 years, or had you not seen him?
No, I have not seen him in 10 years.
Okay. And then kind of going back to the why you kind of the circumstances of you leaving your mom's house, you said that her husband was sexually assaulting or attempting to sexually assault your daughter?
He was attempting to rape.
Okay. And how old was she?
She was 13 or 14 at that time.
Okay. Is this the same one that you is like 13 or 14 now?
No,
So
she is going to be 20 in June.
So this is your oldest son?
She's my oldest.
Okay. And did you make a police report when that happened?
Yes, I did, sir.
Okay. And was he prosecuted?
No, there was a detective involved, but no, because in order to get him at that time, I had
Just 1 second. Excuse me, everyone. Y'all need to whisper. All right, continue.
in order to get him, we had to go through my mother, and so we didn't want to do that.
You didn't want to do that? Okay. Did the detective not try to do that? Oh. So nothing ever happened with that case?
You need to answer.
Yeah, you need to, she's taking down what you're saying, Amanda, so you need to say yes or no. You can't like nod your head or shake your head.
Nothing ever happened with that case?
No, it was dropped.
I'll pass this.
Ouch. When a judge tells you your story is rambling to nowhere, that's not just criticism. That's a signal you're losing credibility. In court, the narrative has to be tight or the benefit of the doubt disappears.
Any questions?
No.
All right. This is all very confusing. The story seems to ramble to nowhere. As far as I still don't understand enough about you. And the reason why I ask questions is I ask questions because I need to make a determination whether or not to send you to prison or whether or not to give you deferred adjudication. So that's why I ask these questions.
Yes.
All right. Has there been an evaluation done on her?
Like a tap? I
No.
don't think we had a tap.
Mental health.
And none was requested, none was ordered.
All right. Does she need a mental health evaluation?
I honestly don't believe that she does. I think she's had a storied life and bad things are, not good. And she's very nervous, so she's not explaining herself as well as you might wish that she could. But I don't think that's an indication she has mental health issues.
Probation?
Yes, sir. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
I apologize.
No, there's no need to apologize. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with you because the state is silent. And so I'm trying to figure out whether you should have deferred or not. And in order to do that, I have to ask questions.
Yes.
Your Honor, a mental health evaluation was not conducted.
So have you ever had any mental health issues? Have you ever been evaluated?
No, I don't believe I need to.
I mean, a lot of times people don't think they need to, but sometimes people experience trauma and they experience things differently. So tell me, what do you do in your spare time?
Stay at home, clean up, care for my children. Husband comes out, I cook.
Do you have any outside interests, reading or something else?
At the moment, no, ma'am. I am a monitor, and I've been on it for a year and something already.
But I mean, before you were placed on monitor?
Yes, I go to the library sometimes, or to a park, or I'll just stay home.
Okay. And so I saw that you went to 7th grade.
Yes,
So are you trying to improve yourself with that?
I did at once, but that's when all of this happened with my mother, and I left it.
And there it is, 8 years deferred adjudication. Translation, no prison today, but one slip up and she's serving time. Think of it as walking a legal tightrope for nearly a decade with zero room for mistakes.